Hello everyone, today we're talking about the energies of February, how to navigate them, how to stay centered, and how to move through intensity. I will also share something very personal about a period in my life when I felt like everything was against me. So let's get started. February is a month of turbulence. The peak of this energetic shift is between February 17th and March 3rd. During this time, the old matrix program, survival mode, staying small, prioritizing stability above all, is no longer working. The patterns we were taught, the fears we inherited, the belief that it's safer not to stay out, they are dissolving. Right now, powerful energies are descending to Earth, and our task is to allow them to move through us. For this, physical activity is essential. When the body holds dense clusters, fear, suppression, resentment, unexpressed emotions, these can manifest as muscle pain or joint discomfort. Energy must circulate. Add simple physical activities like cleaning your space. Yes, even basic homework moves stagnant energy. Walking outdoors in fresh air, slow conscious stretching, shaking your body to release tension, mindful breathing with awareness in the body, even 20-30 minutes of movement can completely shift your state. And most importantly, ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what is needed, not what is expected, but what does my soul want? If you feel apathy, laziness, or emptiness, immerse yourself in creativity. Merge with nature. In this way, you reconnect to the divine flow. Choose to do what brings you joy. The key is not to cling to the mind, not to replay old habitual thoughts. Allow yourself to love yourself, independent of social achievements. Care for your external and internal comfort. These simple, small steps are what truly heal you. Take a piece of paper and think back to a time when the boundaries you set with confidence, the moment of triumph shared with friends. Write down every moment when you felt proud of yourself, when you were generous, when you were a light. Revisit those memories and allow yourself to feel them again. This is the first step. When you start to feel lazy or unhappy, choose a simple physical activity, something that gets your body moving. Do a small everyday task that helps you feel alive again. It can be as simple as cleaning one small area in your home. Even that small action can shift your mood. It clears your mind, it creates movement, and it sends a signal to your nervous system that things are changing, that space is opening. In your daily life, choose activities that lift you up. Things that give you energy, brings you joy, and help you accept yourself just as you are. It doesn't matter whether they seem productive or useful. When you feel better, new opportunities naturally begin to appear. You can work tirelessly, you can make logical steps towards your goal. But when you feel tense or overwhelmed, it becomes harder to move towards the future you want. Each time you do something that brings you joy or inspiration, no matter how small, you strengthen your mood and your energy. Those simple moments can open the door to new opportunities in your life. The second key factor is letting go of comparison and judgment toward others and yourself. When you judge, you create stress inside your body and mind, and that stress affects everything. And I want to be honest, this isn't always easy for me either. Social media pushes us to be perfect, to achieve more, to look a certain way, to live a certain lifestyle. It creates a polished version of reality, but real life isn't polished, right? Sometimes I truly celebrate my friends' success and I feel calm and genuinely happy for them. And sometimes it triggers something in me, and that's human. What matters is awareness, not pretendingly you never feel envy or comparison, but noticing it without letting off control. So let's work on that together. Even constant self-evaluation, even by your own standards, can be limiting. Learn to see your flaws, mistakes, even failures with calmness. Sometimes even with humor. Only people who do nothing never make mistakes. A healthy sense of self-worth is essential if you want to welcome new opportunities into your life. Your value isn't measured by achievements. It's reflected in how you feel most of the time, in the energy you carry every day. People who seem harmonious and successful didn't just find the right career, they found alignment with themselves. You don't have to constantly improve. You don't have to prove your talent. True recognition comes when there is no inner tension, when you don't feel like you own the world something, when you understand that you are really enough, simply because you are alive and present and grateful. That's the real shift of February. Let all survival patterns fade. Move your body, clear your space. Choose joy, release judgment, and remember who you are. And let your soul, not fear, guide you. February can feel unstable. Anything you are forcing yourself to do becomes even more fragile. If you are staying in a job you dislike, if every morning feels heavy, if deep down you know you are outgrown something but keep postponing the decision, life will eventually make the decision for you. Sometimes that looks like a sudden layoff, an unexpected loss, a sharp external change. Not because you're failed, but because you are no longer aligned with that version of yourself. That instead of waiting to be pushed, it's wiser to choose consciously. I want to share something personal. There was a time I never imagined moving to another country. It felt too unrealistic. But my situation became so uncomfortable that staying wasn't an option anymore. I was earning very little, and I couldn't afford basic things I wanted. And at the time, I even had to ask my parents for financial help. That deeply affected me. It didn't match who I felt I was inside. And one day I simply decided, I'm not willing to live like this anymore. Soon after that decision, everything shifted. I found a new job with a salary 10 times higher. Even it was in another country, yes, it required courage, but that dead end became the doorway to a completely new chapter. If the pressure hadn't been there, I might never have changed. Today I'm grateful for that period. It felt like one life ended and another began. Sometimes turbulence isn't punishment, it's a redirection. When something becomes unbearable, it may be because you're already outgrown it and your external life is just catching up. In my case, I already felt drawn to that country, I liked it, and I felt connected to it. And combined with my work situation, it creates the push I needed to make a bold decision, one I absolutely don't regret. It also led me into the kind of relationship I had always dreamed of. So, if February feels like it's shaking your stability, if you feel squeezed or emotionally pressured, ask yourself honestly. Am I staying because it feels alive or because I am afraid? Don't wait for life to force the change. Choose it. When you act from what your heart truly wants, even if it feels scary, something powerful happens. Energy shifts, doors open, and what once seemed impossible starts to feel natural. Sometimes a new life begins not with inspiration, but with the decision to stop accepting what no longer fits. If this resonates with you, tell me in the comments. What are you feeling during this season? Have you ever experienced a moment when everything seems to fall apart, only to realize later that it led you to a new path, new dreams, or completely new version of yourself? I would love to read your stories. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video. See you guys.